Tuesday the 29th of October. I've got a lot of things to show you. The first one, it's right here beside me, and it's my shoe quilt that it's finally finished. It's a little bit too big from this point of view to see it all together. These are the remaining 3 shoes that you can't see. Here you are. And I'm incredibly proud of it because it's the first thing that I've completely designed myself, pieced, quilted, free motion quilted. And the only thing I haven't done is the binding, because I always ask my mother to do it because she's much more precise and has more patience than me. So last time I've shown it to you, I think it was almost finished, the quilting, but then I left it to my mother to finish the binding, and then I had lots of things to do and I didn't show it. There are 9 shoes, all of them are on Craftsy. They can be combined in whichever way you like because they've got the same size, except for the boot in the center that it's twice the size of the other shoes, so it can be easily combined with them. I found the perfect fabric for the background that has some small shoes and some shoes saying. My favorite, if the shoe fits, buy it. That's a nice one. And you can see the quilting behind really well because I used a white thread, beige, white grayish thread, and it kind of contrasts a lot, and this backing is a little bit shimmery, so you can easily see the quilting. I've chosen different kind of free motion quilting for every shoe. I think you can get it, yes. All of them seen on the various tutorials, videos, and Craftsy lessons of Leah Day. So finally it's finished. I really have to decide still where to hang it, but I'm really happy that it's finished. Then, other things to show you. I've been playing a lot with Arduinos and coding in this period, because after the Maker Faire I was incredibly fascinated by the possibility of e-wearables. So textiles mixed with electronics. They are 2 things that I really love and they are part of my life, and finding a way to put them together, it's almost magic. So I've been playing with small electronics that you can put on coats and dresses and bags and things. I showed you the cat Halloween paper piece with the glowing eyes last time. I finished the bag. Here is the finished bag. It's full of stuff. I've been using it all these days because it's the perfect moment for it. So it's got glowing eyes and other LEDs, sorry, here on the tree. And this is a very, very simple way of putting light and electronics on something of fabric, because it's just putting a battery and a battery holder and cables going to the various LEDs, so that's easy. Now I'm passing on to the next step, and it's using Arduino. So this is a Flora. It's less well known than the LilyPad. The LilyPad, it's the e-wearable Arduino. They are small boards that can be used like a very, very small computer. And you can solder on them, or you can sew using conductive thread. So you can make connections with other things between the small board and sensors or LEDs or whatever. And this is a very nice thing, the Flora, because it's very, very easy to solder or to sew on because of these very nice pads here. And it's been sold by Adafruits, and they sell also some incredibly nice sparkling LEDs. So this is a very nice little gadget that you can wear as earrings or as a necklace or whatever other kind of place. I want to put it on a hat, and you can code it and show whichever kind of different pattern of colors and flashing rhythm of music. You can put it together with sensors that detect the temperature. So for instance, it gets all glowing and blue if it's cold, or glowing red if it's hot. You can code it whichever way you like. And by the way, this is just 1/3 of the possible brightness of the LEDs, and it kind of flashes my camera, and I don't know if you get the real colors of it. you can code it in whichever way. I could have these kinds of churning lights in one green, one blue, one yellow, one red. You can make all possible combinations. I haven't coded this, I'm just playing around with it. Another guy has done it, but I'm trying to understand how it works so I can do my own different kinds of animations afterwards. And I'll be wearing this to Lucca. I'll be leaving in a couple of days for the big cosplay comics convention in Italy, and I'll be going with my nephew again. I'll be dressed as Rincewind. I'll show you the costume in a moment. But for the rest of the time, I'll have my glowing earrings or necklace, or possibly I'll put it on a hat, because I think it stands out better. So this is what I've been playing around all this time. And then I've been doing, oh, the dress. I wanted to show you my costume. So I'll be going as Rincewind, and Rincewind, it's a very unfortunate, unlucky wizard with 2 Z's. So this is my hat. It's the only thing I haven't done, because I found the perfect red hat and I just put the sequins on it. The sequins are a little bit big, so you have to kind of turn around to see all the saying. But I like how it's ragged and a little bit torn and looks a little bit used, and it's perfect for Rincewind. If you don't know anything about Rincewind, he is one of the main characters of the Discworld, and this is Terry Pratchett's world. He's been writing, I think, something like almost 50 books on the characters on the Discworld, and they're absolutely fabulous. It's in between fantasy and comics, and he has all kinds of very nice citations and books, and it's really, really nice. So if you have time and you haven't had a go at Discworld, just look at it. Then the rest of the costume, I've got a red, here it is, a red robe, but it must be torn and ragged, because he's been followed by dragons and people trying to kill him and so on. So yesterday we've been making holes and burning them after making the robe. It's kind of strange burning something you just finished doing, but the funny thing was my sister's husband's face when he saw me burning things in his kitchen. I think he thought strange that I was strange. Now he's convinced of it. And then I've got, here you go, hopla, a nice long cape. Okay, sorry, sometimes I lose the English words. So I've got a nice long cape, and again the underneath it's all torn and ragged. And by the way, this very nice, these have been all cut with the Sizzix, but this kind of sparkly fabric, let's call it fabric even though it's plastic, that is normally sell for Halloween or for the costumes for Carnival, and I never thought I could, but I managed to iron this one on the fabric using fusible web. So if you ever want to have this kind of need of having something very sparkly and with complicated shapes, you have a go at it, because you really manage using the Teflon or using the baking sheets, baking paper. You can manage to iron these without having them all completely molten on your ironing board. So this is it. I think I managed to be rather quick, and I'll be away in the next days in Lucca for the big comics festival, and then I'll be going to London. So I'll certainly won't be filming for the next week. So I hope we will see us in 2 weeks. And this is all for Italy. Have a nice day and goodbye.